Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. RS30 brings next-level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road, know your vehicle, and get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Nm of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision, just like the real thing. 2 additional paddles can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more, and enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.
Good morning everyone, welcome to Flatout Racing League. You're here watching on Rallycross GT, the official broadcaster. My name's Kurt Dunninger and I'll be your host today. This is round 9, the penultimate round of Flatout Racing League Season 1, and we are in the super famous Francorchamps circuit in Belgium. And I was looking at the weather forecast today. I heard it might rain. So everything is on the line still. The championship here for the amateur division still not decided. We've got Sweaty Palms leading the pack with 75 points. Has got a substantial lead to Barry and McOvo and to Moran. But it's not over yet. So this is round 9, but we've got actually 3 races to go, including this one, because round 5, Topolis got postponed. So there are still 39 points to play. 39 points to play. And Sweaty Palms has got a 24 points gap to P2. So between P2, Barry, McOvo in P3 and Moore in P4, there's only 1 point between each of them. So it's 51 for Barry, 50 for Ovo, and 49 for Moran. So out of 39 points, Sweaty Palms got a 24, 25 and 26 points advantage respectively to P2, 3 and 4. So it's not decided yet, but a solid result here from Sweaty Palms today and a poor result from either of those 3 guys might see him be crowned champion today. So let us know, guys, in the chat there what your prediction is for today. Do you think Sweaty Palms can be crowned champion today? Do you think he will be crowned champion later? Or do you think he might botch it like Ferrari and end up losing the title? So very exciting race here today in Spa for round 9 in the amateur division. We've got a few more minutes to go before we start. So let's just see who is on track at the moment. The drivers are here in the pits, getting ready to race. They are warming up. We have Moran in his usual camouflage Lexus here. Sweaty Palms, the championship leader, with his now orange NSX, looking very nice. Progenitor in his usual Gotham City NSX as well. Barry in the purple Lexus. Germ is back. We haven't seen Germ in a while. He was out on holidays or other commitments, but he is back. We just got a 3 minutes warning there from race control. So qualifying will start in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Ovo, who we haven't shown yet in his yellow GTR, he's one of the contenders for the title. He started the season a little bit late, missed a few rounds. He missed 3 rounds actually. So he scored podium literally on every single race he's been in. So serious contender for the championship here. Sweaty Palms also did not race in round 1. He started in round 2, and he has also been in the podium in every single race he's been in. So strong performances from those two, but let's see if they can deliver today. We're expecting a very tight race. Remember that soft and medium tires, they are usually mandatory here in Flatout Racing League, but today in Spa, because there is rain forecast, the tires are no longer mandatory, so you can choose whichever tires you want. Smoke and Holt also joining the track here in his yellow and black Lexus. We just got a 1 minute warning from race control. We've got a few more people joining the room now. We've got Stackynack, JW Elite, and Mr. Smurf also in the lobby. They're not on the track yet. Let's have a look here at the weather forecast. So 21 laps scheduled for today in the Spa-Francorchamps circuit, 7 kilometers and 4 meters long. The longest straight is 751 meters long. It's quite a long straight actually, and 104 meters elevation between the highest point in the track and the lowest point of the track. Interesting statistics there. So looking at the weather, look at this. If you were not aware, if you're not a driver, you might not know exactly what to expect, but these settings have been shared with everyone ahead of time, so they all know what's coming. So look at this here. Thick clouds with torrential rain at about halfway through the race. So the race scheduled for 21 laps. We might see quite a bit of action there between laps 10 and 11. So torrential rain, then thick clouds with rain, and then it eases off towards the end of the race. Let's see what happens during the race. Right, so we've got 11 drivers ready. Let's see if we see all of them. We're missing one. We're missing one driver. So yeah, I cannot see one of them. Let's just send them a message. So I need to ask everybody to unready. So just kindly asking everybody to unready and ready back. It's just quicker than trying to find out one by one who I can or cannot see. I know that some of the drivers are already completing their, starting the, almost opening their fast lap here, like Sweaty Palms. But we cannot start the race if we cannot see all the drivers. So all of them unreadying here. So we're supposed to have 12 people today in the lobby. That's including me. So we should see 11 on the track. So they are all unreadying themselves here, as you can see. Some are already getting back onto the track. Let's wait until they are all ready, and then we go again. So that's gonna delay qualifying by 2 minutes, but that's fine. So they're getting back onto the track. We have Nicauli 11 here in the chat already. Hi there, this will be interesting. Yes, it will. I'm expecting a little bit of carnage as always. It's always fun for the commentator. A bit of excitement. Just waiting for progenitor. Yes, so all the 11 are ready. Can we see 11 drivers? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. So we are ready for qualifying. Ten minutes, so we go into 25 there in the clock on the bottom left. Makobo picking up a little bit of damage there already on the rear, maybe contact with either Barry or Sweaty Palm. So three of the front runners, they're very close to each other during qualifying. Trying to use a little bit of slip there and get extra speed. So Barry leading the pack for now with the Flying Fox Racing Team stamped on the side of his car. Followed by Ovo and Sweaty Palms, also with the Flying Fox logo on the back of his car there. Very nice. Smoke and Holt in the Lexus coming in P4 out of the pit. He's got a nice new livery here. I've got to show you guys. RXGT live on Twitch. I love that. I have to say. RXGT is the official broadcaster for Flatout Racing League Season 1. Very happy with this partnership here. It's brought a lot of new viewers to the channel. A lot of excitement to the drivers as well. They are loving the commentary, which I'm very happy to hear. But we couldn't be doing this without them as well. If they don't give us a good race, we can't give them a good commentary, isn't it? So Germ coming here in 5th out of the pits. They are crossing the start-finish line now and opening their laps. So Turner in as the 6th one to open the lap, followed by Mr. Smurf. Morn is at the far back. The JW Elite and Progenitor. These are the 11 drivers we have today. We're missing a few people, unfortunately, but show must go on, and what a show this is going to be. You can see the clouds are starting to appear here in Spa. The light is getting a little bit hazy already, so this is because we started the lobby a while ago, and the time in the lobby, even during practice, also progresses as if it was in the race. So while they were in the pits, the weather started to deteriorate, and I don't know, maybe we're gonna see rain during qualifying. How cool would that be? So as it stands, Barry still leading the pack, followed by Ovo really closely. I don't know what happened to Sweaty Palms, if he lifted to have a little bit of distance from the front runners, or if he made a mistake, and I don't know at which point that would have happened. But sometimes it's not so good to be close to the person in front of you during qualifying. But let's watch how Ovo does it here as he chases Barry. So Barry's P2 in the championship, 1 point ahead of Ovo. So they're coming to set their first fast times. And that's Ovo with the pole position by 3/10, just about. But Sweaty Palms smashes that by almost 2 seconds with a 2:07.158. Sweaty Palms, the fast dude. But Barry there commits a little mistake. And for a turn 1, that's going to affect his second quick lap. Who else is up here in the front? That's Mora now setting the third fastest time. He's only 300s behind behind Ovo, as Smurf is getting past him. So, like I said, the lobby has been open for quite a while. You can see that the sky now is no longer blue. You can see better here from the onboard, the thick clouds. Smurf there flashing the lights to Moran. What Moran is doing purple sector. He's not going to be very happy about that because he's going to lose time now. But back to the clouds. You can see we might get a little bit of rain towards the end of the practice session. I hope not, because it's going to affect everyone's time. I saw that Jesse just joined the room, so Jesse, one other amateur driver, coming in a bit late, but still got 5-6 minutes left to do his practice and try to set a good time. So Barry is sitting in P4 at the moment, followed by Smoke and Holt. Very good time from Smoke and Holt. He has seriously improved his racing after he ditched the old NSX in favor of this 2016 Lexus. Janitor in 6th, Stacking Yak 7th. Very nice new livery there from Yak with the Orca whale. Technically, the orca is not a whale, by the way, it's a dolphin. But anyway, let's call her the orca whale, killer whale as everybody calls it, isn't it? I wonder if Yak's planning to kill someone today. Let's hope not. Turner in P8, right ahead of JW Elite, but ahead of Germ on the track actually. They're really close to each other. And Mr. Smurf, the last man in the pack. I cannot see Jesse, so Jesse gonna have to unready and ready back because I cannot see him. So I cannot see Jesse, so that means if I can see him, he's not gonna set a time. He will not be able to race, and we're not gonna be able to start a race either. So Sweaty Palms has gone even faster. 2 seconds gap to Ovo now. As it stands, he's consolidating his favoritism as the championship leader and potential champion here for Amateur Division Season 1. So Ovo was 4/10 up on the last lap, and he's 2 seconds up now, so not exactly what he expected, I guess. Right, I can see 12 drivers now, so Jesse is good. So I can see Jesse. Can race. So let's have a look at him. Oh, he's in the wall. Jess is in the wall in his out lap. I'm not sure how he managed to hit the wall coming out of the pits. Maybe he pressed pause button, and when you press the pause button coming out of the pits, the game does not put you into auto drive mode, so your car just goes straight, and that's probably what happened to him. Also in the NSX, looking good. So Ovo coming back into the pits with fresh tires. Interesting. Sweaty Palms holding on to the lead, but that's no, I was gonna say Barry now in P2, but actually no, not. I think that should be Ovo still, unless no, Barry did improve his time. 2:08. 4:16, so he's the new P2, in front of Ovo by half a second, almost 600ths. So good time there from Barry, good improvement. He wants that P2, potentially the championship, but he needs to work really hard and hope that Sweaty Palm struggles when the rain comes. So when you put rain 8 settings in the lobby, the rain will come. It's a shame that I cannot show you guys the minimap, the weather radar, the way the rain comes, but it's like literally a blanket, as if you pull a blanket onto the track. It's quite scary. And we're gonna have heavy rain for about 4 laps, and then look at that, the rain is coming. It has started to rain here in Francorchamps in the practice, as I predicted, because the lobby's been open for quite a while. We were gonna see rain during practice, and look at that, we should see the rain indicator there in your bottom left going up. It's 1 minute left for practice. 1 minute left, just giving them the warning here, and we're ready to go. Is that amount of rain even safe for racing? Mikhail is asking. Well, that's not my problem, that's their problem. But that's what you have rain tires for, isn't it? Look at that, Sweaty Palms already putting the wet on, because he knows what is coming. Look at the spray. All drivers now already getting back into the pits. I think we might call off the rest of practice already. There's no point in staying out, except for Jesse. Jesse has not set a time yet. He needs to stay out, but with this much rain, he will not be able to complete the lap with a soft boost. He came in late. He will have to start from the back of the back. Yeah, he pulls back in. Look how dark it is from this angle. You can't see anything. The sky is proper dark. So all drivers are now in the pits. They're setting their tires. Look at what happened here to Barry. He did not change tires, tried to take the Rouge, and no good. Qualify over. I think Barry's just doing some tricks there, dancing in the rain, isn't it? Right, we are ready to go. Over to race control. Have a good race, everyone. Just waiting for race control now. Qualifying is over. That Sweaty Palms with the pole position, followed by Barry. It says Yak here, but I don't think that is Yak in P3. Let's go. Round 9 of Flatout Racing League. Race is about to start here in Francorchamps. Sweaty Palms with a very good start. Let's reset the camera here real quick as they come into turn 1. Sweaty Palms there on the inside, with Barry with a good overtake around the outside, but loses the position back, loses 2 positions. That's Ovo up to P2. Everybody respecting each other really well there in turn 1. No carnage so far, but we have rain forecast later in the race. Progenitor with a great start there, up to P4. Followed by Smoke and Hood, and someone spun there in the Radillion. Who, I think that was Moran, looking at the car livery there. Let's have a look. Yes, it is Moran. He picked up some damage in the rear of the car. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe he clipped the curb, but very bad start there for one of the championship contenders. But for Sweaty Palms, the championship leader, no trouble whatsoever, and already gapping Makova by 1 second. Good start of race here for him. Also for Ovo, gaining a few positions. Barry's now in P3, and he's got Progenitor in P4. Coming really close here at the moment, still within slip range. He's gonna try to stay that way for as long as he can. Interestingly enough, everybody is on soft tires here at the start. So I don't know how long the soft tires will last. I was testing this earlier with the GR3 cars, the same settings as the pros. They last just about 10 laps. If you're really good at saving, maybe 11, and that's about when the rain comes. So these guys are playing with fire and water, so it's gonna be quite interesting. So Smoke and Hose in P5, Smurf P6, followed by Turner, Germ, Stachyniak, JW Elite. Morin is far back as well, 5 seconds of the back of the pack, and then Jesse also now with some damage. I think he just went off the track now, and he's now in last place in P12. So 1 lap completed already, 20 more to go. Sweaty Palms holding on to the lead, 1.5 seconds gap to Ovo, and Barry is falling behind. Barry is unable to keep up with the two guys up front. He's now 2.3 seconds back. And Progenitor also lost a little bit of contact with Barry, and he's now under attack from Smoke and Holt. So the new car, and I think maybe the new livery as well, is given new life to Smoke and Holt. He's coming really quick now. He's in P5. It's one of his best race starts so far. Let's hope that he can maintain that rhythm throughout the race. I think he has never finished top 5. In fact, he's only got points in 1 race so far. I think it was in the last round in Mount Panorama. So as it stands, good result for him. Let's see if we can keep that up. You can see Barry, Progenitor and Smoke and Holt all in the same camera shot. We're not that far from each other. About 1.5 seconds between each of them. But Barry still struggling to keep up with Ovo, and the gap between the two front runners remains stable as well. Beautiful blue sky here in Spa. So for you spectators, I want to call your attention to the sky and to the light, how it changes as the weather changes as well. It's really nice work that they've done here in GT7. So beautiful blue sky, and as the clouds start to come, you can see the light change. You can clearly see the sky changing as well, but the light changes. It gets more pale and diffused, and then when the rain comes, like there's almost like no direct light anymore. Everything is gray, dark and gloomy. Let's see the guys here behind the top 5. So Smoke and Holt losing a little bit of distance in the slow corners. I think he's doing better in the fast corners than the slow ones. Mrs. Murph in P6, 15 seconds from the leader, and 5 seconds behind Smoke and Holt, just outside the top 5. Being chased by the other GTR here from Turner. So Turner is the 7th place at the moment. Got a good gap to Germ in the golden chrome Lexus. He's also got an Orca there on his car. So I think there's a few drivers here joining racing teams and got like matching liveries. So Germ and Yak, the two with the Orcas. It's nice to see that. We started Flatout Racing League with everybody by themselves, and now they're all teaming up. That's super cool to see. And also Morin all over the back of Stachyniak, trying to get past Morin, who had good qualifying. He was in the top 5 if I'm not mistaken during qualifying. We got a yellow flag here, yellow flag. Let's see if we're gonna see someone out. Yes, that was Mr. Smurf. Mr. Smurf lost the car there in the fast double left corner. Lost the position. That's Morin up to P9 as he's still chasing Stachyniak. JW Elite inheriting a position as well. He goes up to P10. And Mrs. Murph going out again now, this time in the not so deep, but it went into the gravel traps. And Jesse up to P11. Let's go back to to Moran here. He's coming on the inside of Sakignac, unable to get the pass just yet. Maybe now in the bus stop chicane. Is he gonna go late on the brakes? No, he won't. Goes early on the brakes. Trying to do a switcheroo move there. He got the inside, but not close enough. And that's Yak defending P8. Let's go on the rear view camera. Look at Moran there trying to find space on the inside again, but couldn't do it this time either. And that's Moran on his back. They're coming up to the Rouge and the Radillon. Can Moran get the pass now? If he does his corner really well, he might get a bit of overspeed. Just well enough. He's staying in the same position. That's 2/10 behind. But the GTR's got a bit more straight line speed as they come into. Oh, look at that move from Moran. It's a little bit late. Good defense from Yak. A bit bold there from Moran. Tried the move where he was from that distance. Late on the brakes, but unable to make the pass yet. He's a bit eager to get past because he's fighting for a championship, but he's also fighting for a podium position because there's only 1 point difference between P2, P3 and P4. Moran is currently sitting in P4, so he needs a good result, and his opponents, Makovo and Barry, they are there in P2 and P3 in this race, so Moran needs to be up there if he wants to stand a chance to take a medal home at the end of the season. Trying to make a pass again on the inside. There's a whole lap there chasing Sakignac. Great defense from him as they get closer to Germ as well. So Germ is there minding his own business, and he's actually having Sakignac and Moran coming really fast. So this is gonna become a three-way very soon. Let's go on board with Moran. See what he's doing here in his GTR. Coming to the chicane again. He's 4/10 back. They caught up with Germ already. A little mistake from Yak. Went a bit too deep in the first leg of the chicane. Moran trying to stay on the inside. We're on the passenger seat now. Gonna go for a switch. No, he's gonna try around the outside. Yes, around the outside. Going for the switch. Not possible there. But they are side by side. Sakignac holding in the position. Almost contact there between the two. Moran trying everything he can, but Yak does not budge. Very good defending from him. That's one full lap in defense mode. That's good job. That's what he's gonna do now. He should stay on the inside lane now, trying to defend from Moran. Moran, I think, is gonna go for another move. Yes, he does, but not late on the brakes this time. Yak defends one more time. What can Moran do here to get past? He needs to be closer. He was 2/10 at the start of the straight. That doesn't seem to be enough for this Group 2 cars because they are very equally matched in terms of top speed. And I thought it was easier to pass here in Spa, but apparently not. Moran with the Flying Fox team now, doing everything he can. He's really close there, 1/10. Can he do it now? Looks on the inside, but has to change his mind. He needs to wait a little bit longer. He needs to induce Yak to a mistake. They've caught up with Germ again. Maybe this is the chance that Moran needed. Maybe Germ can slow Yak down. Or maybe Yak can get past Germ really quick. They both got the Orcas on the side of the car. Maybe they're teammates, you know. Yak gets past. And then Germ holds back. Oh, contact between Moran and Germ. Germ is in the wall. Brings the car back, but he's got picked up a lot of damage to his car there. Contact between Moran and Yak trying to get past. He's got damage to the front of his car. It's gonna be tricky for him to turn into the corners now, but disaster for Germ. He loses the position to JW Elite now. He's limping across the line now to open lap 6. car's back okay now, he's fixed, but lost several positions. He didn't have anything to do with that fight there, and ended up on the wrong side of the fight. Meanwhile, Moran managed to get past finally, probably in the chicane, but Yak wants the position back. Can he do it here? No defense from Moran, he just stays on the outside lane, but Yak does not attack. Stewards might want to have a word with the drivers after that incident there, but it's never intention, of course. No one's trying to ruin anyone's race, but conflicts like this do happen sometimes. But game on. Good stuff from Moran there, finally getting past Yak, even though he had some front wing damage. He's up to P7. He needs to be up there in P2 or P3 if he wants to stand a chance in the championship. JW Elite up to P9, Germ P10. He's got Mr. Smurf right on his back. Mr. Smurf, who's been out already a few times. And then Jesse there at the back. Back to the front runner, Sweaty Palms. He's now only 7/10 ahead of Ovo. What happened? He's been clocking some really fast laps, but Ovo's got the fastest lap of the day, 2:6.2. He's been going 2:6, 2:6, 2:6, while Sweaty Palm's been doing 2:7s in a few laps. So Ovo's been setting the pace here. He's really close, so let's go with this two now. Is the battle for the lead, and you can see that the light has changed. It's a little bit hazy on the track now. Look at Ovo, just got past as if Sweaty Palms allowed him through. Well, it's funny how Moran and Yak were struggling to Moran was struggling to get past Yak for 2 laps, and Ovo in the same place, just bam. Just like that. He's going really fast with that GTR. Sweaty Palms already half a second behind. Now I wonder if Sweaty Palms is maybe saving tires. Actually looking at both of them, the rear right from Ovo is a tiny bit more worn. But other than that, all drivers, they've got about the same tire wear, so it's insignificant, the difference between these two. They're probably gonna pit at the same time. I'm expecting actually all drivers to pit at the same time here in amateur division, because the rain, it's torrential rain coming, and it will come at one point of the race around lap 10 or 11, so these guys should be ready. Pickerick joining the chat now. Let's go Canada, cheering for his countryman Mac Ovo, who's already 1 second ahead of Sweaty Palms. I don't know what Ovo is doing, but he's going really quick there. Just a bit of trivia for you guys. Ovo means egg in Portuguese. Not sure if that means anything for Mac Ovo there, but yeah, just a bit of trivia for you guys. Use this trivia. Sweaty Palms trying to get back to the lead. If he gets P2 in every race, he should still be okay. JW Elite, who just lost him, got disconnected perhaps. So we've lost one driver. So we don't know what happened to him. Maybe we can check on him later in the chat. Look at the sun starting to set here in Spa as well. We can see that beautiful line in the horizon. Depends which direction you look at. Hako here in the chat. What is their tires like compared to first and second to the rear? Okay, so looking at Ovo here and looking at Jesse, so the front left is a lot more worn. Mr. Smurf is not too bad. Ooh, look at Yak and Moran, another fight here for P7. They're back at it, but back to Hako's question. The tire is about the same. Actually, Yak has got a very solid front front tires, while Morris got less wear, so more wear actually, so less tire left. So, but in saying that, it's pretty balanced throughout the grid, the tire wear. Yoni, I wish I was there. It looks like a fun race. Yoni, why are you not here, mate? We miss you. So we cannot play your song today, the spin. So let's see if anyone is gonna do your move today. We've seen a few people going off already, a few contacts as well, but no one done the Yoni maneuver just yet. So Mac and Sweaty, they've got the same tire wear, pretty much. And Sweaty Pumps, he got really close now. He's got a chance to get back to P1 as we approach lap 9. So the GR2s are quicker than GR3, so I suspect that the ring is gonna come halfway through lap 11 for these guys rather than at the end of lap 10. Sweaty Pump's going around the outside. There's a tricky place to pass because we got a left right after that one. So he changes his mind, goes back behind Ovo, but staying really close. It's a good battle for P1 as the sun starts to go down and the clouds are creeping in. So these two being taking pretty much every win there is, and Ovo goes really wide. A mistake from Ovo that allows Sweaty Palms to get past back to P1. Unusual mistake from Ovo there, but that corner as the tires are starting to get worn out, losing a little bit of grip. He's 1 second behind already. Needs to just breathe in, refocus, and keep pushing. Lost 3 seconds in that sector there. So, but if someone can pull this one back, that's Ovo. Let's see the next few laps. But the clouds are starting to come in, and we're gonna have rain very soon. So let's pass on the grid here. We have Barry in P3. He's got a very solid lead over Progenitor in P4. Very good race from Progenitor. Smoke and Holt also in a very, very good race in P5. His best race so far, I have to say. 10 seconds gap over Turner, who's in 6th place. Moran finally managed to shake off the Yak. So Moran is in P7, Yak is in P8. Look at the front tire wear from Moran. Even the rear is quite aggressive actually. Yak's got a lot more front tires and a little bit more rear. Germ in P9, Mrs. Murph catching up in P10, and then Jesse at the back of the pack in the NSX, but never giving up. That's a good thing about him. Those clouds, they do look messy. Look at what the drivers are seeing. Well, this is probably the camera that most of them play in. Oh, Sweaty Palms picking up a penalty and going wide. This is gonna be interesting. Where is Ovo there? Look at Ovo getting really, really close. Is the curse camera, commentators curse. We put a camera on the guy, we talk some pretty things about them, and they mess up. Ovo got really close. Ooh, a little bit of contact between them. You saw smoke coming out of Ovo's car. Sweaty Palms gonna have to pay the penalty now, half a second off the throttle. Well, it's not just off the throttle, it's half a second slamming on the brakes rather. And that's Ovo getting through back to P1 with 10 laps about to be completed, and the rain must be coming really, really soon. They're gonna have to put full wets here because the rain is really, really nasty. So they're staying out. That's lap 10. They're staying out. But the rain should come halfway now through lap 11. So Yon is saying he's not here because he's busy in Vegas. Mate, that's a lame excuse. Why is Vegas better than Flatout Racing League? Tell me one good reason. Back to the race here with Ovo leading by 1 second, Sweaty Palms in second. Barry across the finish line as well in P3. Progenitor, so now there's a bit of a gap to the guys behind. So I wonder if the ring is gonna come at some point where the back runners here might have an advantage pitting earlier. Maybe not, but looks like the tires for the GR2s can last long enough until the ring starts. From the test that I've done, at least driving the DualShock controller on the PS5, the GR3s, they will not last long enough. But I'm willing to be proven wrong by Hako and those fast guys there. The weather forecast for Pro Division also says rain is coming, but slightly different pattern. I'm gonna show to you guys later when we go to the pros. But we're gonna have rain in both races. Mr. Smurf trying to take P9 from Germ. Okay, so Yoni is in a baker's convention in Vegas. If you guys don't know, Yoni is a professional baker. So he's there in a convention in Vegas, leveling up in real life. Fine, okay, I'll take that as a good excuse. Jesse at the back, look at his tires. A little bit more, and he's gonna start to struggle. Okay, Sweaty Palms, the first one into the pits. Ovo stays out. This is about to get very, very interesting. So Sweaty Palms is into the pits. Barry as well. So I think, so you can see it's very, very dark. The clouds, oh, the rain's coming. The rain is coming. It has started to rain, so Makovo decided to stay out. He thinks he can complete a lap in slicks before the rain properly kicks in. If he's right, he's gonna have a huge gap over Sweaty Palms because it takes a while until the water builds up onto the track, until the wets become effectively good, and the slicks lose grip from too much water. So as it stands, Ovo has got the advantage. You can see the wet marker on the bottom left of your screen, right? Besides the tires going up, it's just below the first third, so that means slicks are still okay. But we've just seen a little mistake from Ovo there, going a bit wide. It's getting past the first marker now, so intermediates would be advisable. Ovo's making some small mistakes. He's having to slow down quite a lot and get off the throttle. Everybody has gone into the pits already. And that is it. That is it. The track is now too wet for slicks. Ovo's gamble maybe have not paid off. The track is way too wet now. It's getting towards the second marker, and then Ovo is in the wall again. Oh no, we're gonna have to. We are gonna have to. So over there with the spins, he's still in the lead. He's got damage to the car. The wet, the rain indicator there is almost into full wet. We look at Sweaty Palms here. He's much slower than he would be on slicks, but you can see he's already getting blue, the marker there. So full wets are required. So Ovo had a 38-second gap. He's now up down to 18. He's completely missed the chicane, did not get reset, lucky him. But it was a good gamble, but unfortunately did not pay off. And Sweaty Palms is already here. So he's lost the race lead 2 sweaty palms. I don't think he can recover from this one. Now it's all a matter of how many positions he's gonna lose, how much time he's gonna lose here in the pits. Disasters for Ovo. He lost 1 minute in that lap. There was a 3:09 in that lap compared to the 2:07s that he was clocking before. So Barry's getting past here now. So Barry was quite far behind them before the pit stops. He's just getting past. Okay, so Ovo is out of the pits. And he's holding on to P2, but just about Barry the mistake in turn 1. Okay, so Ovo lost 20 seconds to Sweaty Palms in that mistake. Okay, so he didn't lose actually 1 minute. It's 1 minute including the pit, but look at Ovo, a mistake again in the Radillon. Hits the wall, damage to his engine, and he's now down to P3. Disaster for the championship contender. A botched strategy, and now hitting the wall. He's losing positions, losing a lot of time. Definitely not the race that he expected. We haven't seen Ovo making mistakes like this in the past, but I think in the rain everything can crumble, isn't it? The race is not over yet. We've got a rain forecast for a few more laps. Maybe, you know, more people can end up spinning. Yoni here say that this is quite rough. Oh no, yeah man, it can happen to the best drivers. We have some rain forecast for the pros also. Different pattern, but still heavy rain from what I heard. So Huckle, Smiley, Pickerick, the guys there will have to be quite careful. The guys that tend to push a little bit too hard sometimes. So solid lead now in the rain for Sweaty Palms. Barry in P2. They're all in full wets here. You can see that the rain is constant now. Torrential rain. And it's gonna last for about 4 laps at least. Then it eases off a little bit, but not completely. Towards the end of the race, ooh, Barry with a mistake. Managed to save there. So towards the end of the race, it might dry off and you can put Aintus, maybe slicks. I don't think it's gonna dry up enough for slicks, but remains to be seen. Ovo is in P3. He's 6 seconds off the back of Barry. He's actually closing in. I think he has found his rhythm again on the wet track, or maybe Barry is just really uncomfortable here. So everybody with traction control enabled. No wonder. This car's here with like 600 odd horsepower, rear wheel drive only in the rain. Yeah, no fun. So I think Makova might be able to close in towards the end of the race, catch up with Barry, but that's definitely not the result he was expecting. Progenitor holding on to P4, very good result. Smoke and Hold in P5, but that's Moran right on the back of Smoke and Hold, actually getting past already. Moran in a great recover. He's up to P6, sorry, P5, Moran. The camera playing tricks with us there. So Moran, who fell down all the way to the back of the pack at the start of the race after going out here in the Radillon, the same place I saw Ovo going out with the wet track. That was Moran on dry track at the start of the race. Maybe after a bit of contact, or maybe clipped the curb. We don't know. But yeah, P5 for him. That's a very good result. He is one of the 3 drivers chasing Sweaty Palms, but they are like between 24 and 26 points behind Sweaty Palms, with 39 points still to play. Sweaty Palms is taking this one so far. He might be able to be crowned champion right here today. But I don't have the calculator in front of me, so maybe if someone outside can do the math for me, let me know. Maybe Sweaty Palms will be the new champion of Flatout Racing League Amateur Division, or will that be decided next race in Nürburgring? The track is starting to dry. You can see a dry line forming already with 15 laps complete, well 14 completed. We are at lap 15 now, and the rain indicator is down to the middle, so now full wets are no longer needed. Intermediates would be the way to go. Who's gonna be the first driver to pit and put inters? The thing is, the track is drying and it's drying fast. We got 7 laps left to go, something like that. If you put slicks too soon, well, if you put slicks, you're gonna go really quick where the track is dry, if you can stick to the racing line. But any small mistake, any small step onto the wet part of the track, you're gone. So drivers, we need to think. Look at that, look how Progenitor went outside the racing line, and the wet indicator was up to the roof again. So, oh, mistake from Moran, I guess, because Smoke and Hot is back to P5, so a mistake there in the chicane. What was I saying there about dipping into the wet? So drivers might want to stay out on full wet and just drive onto the wet part of the track rather than putting slicks too early. Decisions. So Mora now in P6, Stachyniak in P10, sorry 7. Why did I say P10? Germ in 8th. Followed by Mr. Smurf. Oh, Jess is catching up now with Mr. Smurf. Jess apparently is going faster in the wet than on the dry. Turner's now at the back of the pack, probably a mistake in one of the laps there. But good battle here between the two. Jesse trying to find space on the inside with the NSX against Mr. Smurf's GTR. A lot of spray still. Let's look on board here with Jesse. The spray is not so bad anymore. You can still see quite well, even if you drive on this bumper camera. You go a little bit wide there onto the curb. Let's see when Mr. Smurf passes on the very wet part of the tracks, if the spray increases. I think it does a little bit. But they are doing a good job sticking to the racing line, as you should. This track now is a lot like the final S license challenge here in Spa with the Porsche 917K, where you got a completely dry racing line and super wet non-racing lines, if you want to call it like that. That's pretty much what the drivers are facing here. The track is drying up. It's drying up really quick. So I expect drivers to start pitting again really soon. So Sweaty Palms the 40 seconds gap over Barry. Ovo is now only 3.7, so he took about almost 3 seconds off Barry in the last lap. But the full wet tires will start to lose shelf life really soon. Oh, Morin making the move for P4, so Progenitor lost position there with a mistake. He's down to P6. Smoke and Holt still chasing more, and the two been fighting for quite a while. Going around the outside, Smoke and Holt, great move there. Up to the hairpin. Is up to P4. More on P5, and we have Progenitor really close there in P6. We got a three-way battle here in the top 5. And welcome Bolts SG, welcome to Flatout Racing League and Rallycross GT, the official broadcaster. Thanks for the follow, mates. Thanks for supporting us. You're watching Flatout Racing League round 9. This is Francorchamps amateur division. We've lost Progenitor there. Another mistake. He's now 7 seconds off the back of Morin. While Smoke and Holt holding on to P4. The track is drying up quite a bit, but no one has got into the pits yet. Oh, mistake from Smoke and Holt. Almost hits the wall there. He was lucky, did not lose too much time. Just a quick excursion to the gravel trap. 2.5 seconds behind Morin now, but he can still fight back. If I were him, I would go for an early pit, change to Inters, and then just stay on Inters into the end of the race. But I think the drivers, they want to put slicks straight away. I think that's why they are waiting. The track is really drying up, but I think I would personally stay on Inters because the outside of the track is still too wet. So Ovo caught up with Barry. This is the battle for P2. Ovo with a very bold but unfortunately strategy that did not pay off. There, decided to stay out. He was doing really well for 3/4 of the lap. In the last sector, the track got way too wet for slicks, and he ended up losing about 20 seconds or so to Sweaty Palms, and then made a mistake right at the exit of the Eau Rouge in his out lap as well. A little mistake here from Ovo, goes a little bit wide. Oh, but Barry also with a mistake ends up collected by Ovo. Nothing he could do there to avoid Barry. Only light damage to the back of his car. Ovo is lifting there, doing a fair play. Very nice of him, even though he had nothing to do with that incident. Barry lost the car, and Ovo just did not have enough time to avoid contact. But very nice, fair play. They remain P2 and P3, Barry with a little bit of damage still. But with light damage setting, the car has auto repair. Do I see a few drops of rain again? Yes, we do. Is the rain coming back? We did have a little bit of light rain towards the end of the race. I'm not sure it's gonna be enough to require Inters again, but I don't know, maybe it's just for the psychological of the drivers. Meanwhile, Ovo managed to get past Barry again. Overshoots a little bit in the chicane, loses time again. But not enough that Barry could make a move. Sweaty Palms, 1 minute gap. 1 minute gap. What a display from this guy. He had a little bit of trouble in the beginning there with Ovo, but now he's pretty much sorted there up front. Yoni here is praising Morin's recovery. Yes, Morin is in P4. We're gonna go say hi to him in a bit. We're just here with Barry and Ovo. See if Barry can get past on at the end of the race. I don't think he can. He's too far. Right, so Morin already with a 4-second gap to Smoke and Holt. So look at the Rouge and Radillon over there, how the water indicator on the track goes up crazy. It's very tricky to stay in the racing line perfectly in that bit, and the track has not dried up completely. No one has stopped to put Inters. No one has put Inters. Yeah, here the track's completely dry. Look at Smoke and Holt. But now it's way too wet for slicks. So this is pretty interesting. Parts of the track are now completely dry, and parts are still way too wet for slicks. Everybody opting to stay out on wet. I think the little clouds that were passing just now have completely passed. So it should be dry weather for the remaining of the race. Got 3 and a bit laps left to go. Oh, Progenitor with another mistake there. Oh, just about avoided the wall. What a drift. Great. Oh, he got reset though. The game sent him back. Or was that a bug? But what a drift there from Progenitor. What a save there. Managed to avoid the wall. And the sun is back here in Francorchamps. Shy between the clouds, but is enough to dry the track. Stachynak in P7. Managed to catch up quite a bit to Progenitor now after that mistake. Jer in P8. Jazza gaining several positions at the expense of other drivers' mistakes. Here have Mr. Smurf in P10 and Turner in P11, and unfortunately we lost JW Elite earlier on. Sweaty Palms still out. He's got 1.4 minute gap. And Ovo now with a 4-second gap over Barry. Maybe a mistake there from Barry, but if you guys pay attention, the tires are starting to get properly worn out now. The track is dry. The wet tires are not meant to be used in this type of track, so it affects grip and affects shelf life. So I think they might want to put slicks. It might not be worth though. For Sweaty Palms, he's got 1 minute gap. He's gonna lose like 25 seconds. He's got enough lead to put soft if he wants. Is it worth it? Not really. He can stay out. He's probably not gonna lose the position. And there he goes, opening lap 20, and he stays out. I don't think he's stopping. In fact, I don't think anyone will be stopping, but let's see. They're clocking 220 now here, 219, 217 for Sweaty Palms. Wow. So 219 for Ovo, 224 for Barry. The last lap there after mistakes. So it's about 20 seconds slower than a lap on slicks. Had they stopped a lap or two earlier, it would have been worth. Oh, another mistake from Barry there. I think even intermediates, it might have been worth. Oh, careful! Oh, just about saved it from the wall. Morin's coming back. Oh, that was very close. Morin just about avoided smashing the back of Barry's car there. Was reversing on the track. Spinala. And you know what's the funny thing? This Spinala audio is about a mistake on a wet track from Valtteri Bottas. So very well timed here in this track. Also wet track here in Spa. Mistake from Barry, lost 2 positions and he decides to put soft boots on. He had enough of the wets. He might be able to catch up. Let's see. 20 seconds faster per lap. I think he can maybe get 1 position back. Perhaps. We've seen the blue flags being waved at some people already. That see Turner being lapped by the front runners. Morin's catching up with him now. What a recovery. That's exactly what he needed. So Morin currently sitting in P4 in the championship, 1 point behind Ovo. He's gonna maintain that gap. But Barry now falling down to P6. He's currently sitting P2 in the championship. He's gonna go down to P4, a few points behind Morin. So the battle for the silver and the bronze are still open wide here. And Morin is still alive. Still alive in that battle. Smokin holding his best ever result here in Flatout Racing League with a P4 as it stands. Staying out as well with the wets. Same for Stachynak, and Barry is back on track on slicks. Let's see what he can do. He's definitely gonna get yak. Only 5 seconds, but wow, 3 seconds now. It's going down super quick difference. I think Smokin Holt might be safe in P4. But let's see. Look at Barry storming through the track there on the dry racing line. But to overtake, he's gonna have to step onto the wet, and that is dangerous with slicks. He's gonna have to choose his overtaking point really, really well. Had to change his mind there in the corner. It's not a good place to pass. The outsides are still too wet. On board here with Barry. Look at the difference in the color of the track as he goes. It's not so wet in some parts anymore. I think the slicks might be able to survive there. Stachyniak just defending. A little mistake from Yak, goes a little bit too deep in the corner. Let's look at Sweaty Palms though, because Sweaty Palms already in lap 21. He's about to finish the race. So we wanted to see what Barry could do there with Yak. Just gonna keep an eye on the left there in the positions as Sweaty Palms comes to the final few meters of the track. Just the final chicane between him and another win. Sweaty Palms is gonna win one more time here in Flatout Racing League. Round 9, Spa Francorchamps in the rain. Goes to Sweaty Palms. And I think we can call him the champion. We're gonna wait for official confirmation, but Sweaty Palms wins one more time here. A very strong performance from him, leading pretty much from start to finish. Had a few battles in the beginning. Proper epicness there. Special order from Nikali. Race is not over yet for the rest of the guys. As Makovo, he's got Moran only 12 seconds behind him. Moran has been pushing really hard. So one small mistake from Ovo, and Moran is gonna recover up to P2. Few corners left, and quick check here. Barry is down to P7 now. What did I say? He had to step into the wet to get past Yak. We didn't see what happened, but I assume he stepped into the wet and did not like the results. Makovo coming down in P2 is gonna take the P2 there, crosses the finish line, extends his advantage in the championship there in the fight for the silver. But Moran, what a recovery from him. I think we could call it the race of the day, the performance of the day. From last to third, and Smoke and Holt in his best race of the season. Flashing the lights here in P4. He must be super happy about that. Stachyniak a little bit further back in P5. Jeremy's quite far behind. I think he's got this one. Yep, he does. Just one more corner. Stachyniak is gonna cross the finish line in 5th place. But this man here, Sweaty Palms, was so quick that we didn't even have time to see everybody crossing the line. Great stuff there from Sweaty Palms. Another win, and I think we should call him the champion. We're gonna wait for official confirmation. But as it stands, we had 39 points to fight for. He had 24 points gap. He didn't get fastest lap here. So I'm not so quick with maths, but he's very close. I think the only way for him to lose the championship now is to miss the next 2 races. Anyway, guys, thanks everybody for joining. That's it for Amateur Division. We're gonna have a short break, and when we're back, we have the pros. My name's Kurt Dunninger. This was Flatout Racing League Round 9 Amateur Division. And I see you guys in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.